Hello and welcome to VChess. My name is Naiditsch, I am a chess grandmaster. We continue with our daily educational streams. Let's go with the next 10-minute game. I will be commenting on openings, middle games, end games, positional ideas, tactical motives. We will have it all here on the stream. Of course, your questions are always welcome in the chat. In case I see a question, I will be answering your question. In case I am too busy playing, we have a lot of good guys who are able to give you an answer almost to everything. Alright, so what do we have here in the game? What is that? d6, f6. This is not looking very good for black, to say it softly. I think our guy is just joking with us. Well, what can we do here? We cannot do much about people that are not very serious about having a normal position. So all we can do is to play a normal game. So let's just develop the pieces normally. Let's play a normal game and let's see what happens after. So, short castle. Today, first to say hello to us is Grand Miner once again. First to be in the chat. Welcome, Grand Miner. Second is Christian. Good morning, good morning. Bean is number 3. Welcome, Bean. We have Hadi here with us. Welcome, everyone, to VChess. So we have this quite a ugly setup for black. Obviously, white is doing better here. We can proceed with moves like e5. Quite a nice play. Idea of black is to take. So again, this is not a must play by white. And I will show you that let's play positionally. So now he's setting up this kind of, I don't know what. We will be just playing positional moves and you will see that at some moment black is just running out of moves that would make sense. So what we need to do, of course, there are options to play e5 and maybe to be better, etc, etc, etc. So we don't do that all. We will just play central. And you will see that it is not the fastest way of winning. It is not the most convenient way of getting immediately a much better position. But it is a very, very safe way of getting better play. So let's go queen on d2. Very easily we get our pieces to perfect positions first. As you can see now, the pieces are here in the center. They are very well positioned. We are waiting for the next move of our opponent. He plays the move queen on e8. What could be the idea of this play? I don't know. I don't know what is his idea, so maybe it is to play somewhere the move f5. That's why let's go rook e1, just to put the rook in front of the queen, just in case. For sure, not a bad response. And again, you will see that at some moment our opponent will just run out of useful moves, so he will panic. Of course, we're able to take somewhere d takes e5, and this position is a better one. But there is no need in that, so we will be playing slowly, trying to squeeze our opponent bishop on e6. So he aims to change the bishop on b3. Normal play, very, very normal play by our opponent. We have to think, because this de f takes, this is a must play. If we are doing there much better, I'm not 100% sure that we are much better. We are better, but the question is it much better or just better? But maybe we can do more tricky move like bishop on a4. I like it because it's not so easy for black actually to develop the pieces. Or we're gonna play the move knight on d5, which is also looking like a very nice play. So I like this knight on d5. Of course we can take and be better, out of question better. So this would be also normal, but knight on d5 is looking beautiful. It's a very, very good knight there. We might support it by playing the move c4. So we have many options what to do next. First, let's see how is going our opponent to react against this knight on d5. And as you can see, we are not doing something special. We are just playing this calm game. He played us something very random. which is, in my opinion, just bad looking, and probably white is having right now quite a big advantage. Let's go back. So we are playing this very calm game, keeping the bishop there, playing move by move, trying to squeeze our opponent, and it is not a bad strategy. In case you play against something with what is very strange, and obviously you have the feeling that, yes, I want to win the game somehow quickly, don't go very much for it. Yes, you might try to win the game quickly, maybe even it is going to work, but just relax, put the pieces to the center, and you will have a much better position for a very, very long time. So that's perfect. If somebody plays you kind of garbage, just be relaxed, put the pieces to the center, step by step. There is no rush at all, because people would like to provoke you by playing bad moves into something strange, maybe make you angry, maybe make you excited. Just stay calm, put the pieces to the center. The position of black is going to fall apart. Now, knight on d7, the question would be, can I just take? And also, is it not just a win of the pawn? So let's try. We take. So now we have this pressure here. In case he takes with the f pawn, we're gonna take with the bishop there. d6 is going to fall, so he's not afraid of d6 falling. This is very strange, because what happens here? We take, maybe he wants to take with the queen, but then still we're able to take the pawn on d6, so already now he's losing the pawn on d6. We only need to think if we would like to start with the move knight on g5, take, bishop takes, d6 is still very weak. I don't think there is a way to protect the pawn on d6, doesn't look like that, but on the other hand, you might say, alright, why not just to grab the pawn? So let's go for it. Let's just win the pawn on d6, because why not? He gave us the pawn, we took the pawn up for white. No obvious counterplay for black. Our pieces are so well positioned here on e3 and on f3. Knight goes here, rook on d1, what could be better? So we are very close to have a winning position currently. We did nothing special. As you see, we did absolutely nothing special in this game. And already here we are so close to win the game. So yeah, this is a strategy that I would always advise you. Stay calm, play move by move. There is no rush to initiate something instantly. Just win the game in a very calm manner, and that's it. So here we have this kind of deadly pin, but I think we can make it even deadlier by playing the move bishop on g5. Look at that. Alright, alright. So, good morning everyone. Welcome to the chat. There is a question if I have ever played UG. I don't know who is UG, or is it a computer game, or no idea what it is. I have a new playlist. Yes, we have the new playlist. Let me know in the chat, how do you like the new playlist? Hari saying if there is a special topic for today. No, Hari, today no special topics. We will be just playing the rapid games. We will just enjoy a little bit the beautiful game of chess. So no special topic for today. For today evening maybe we will be having something special, but currently just playing the games. All right, what can we do after this bishop on f6? We have again many options, but why not just to maybe double up here on the d file, because this looks so good to double up. Let's go with a move rook on d3. Actually, we are tripling on the d file, so this is not only a double, but it is a triple here. On the d file, black's position is looking already on the limit, because pawn down for black, plus this kind of pin here. Very, very unpleasant. e5 theoretically could be attacked. Black is already in trouble. Ah, Hadi, yeah, I understand. Yeah, so, no. I'm not Yugi guy. Forrest is here with us. Welcome, Forrest. How have you been lately? Let us know. Oh, what is that? He's blundering a rook. It's even not an F push because it is just too easy. So we just take the bishop on f6 first with a check. Then we're gonna grab the rook, so the game is over. That's it from the current game. Not a very exciting game, just 21 moves been played. And it is a game over. Our guy tried to irritate us with a very suspicious setup in the beginning of the game, and yeah, this is how it ends. It ends just with a loss of material, loss of position, loss of everything. Good start of today's stream. Let's go immediately with the next one. Mary Christine is saying greetings from Dominican Republic. Love how you play. I've been watching your streams non-stop lately. Yeah, thank you very much for the nice comment. I have been to Dominican Republic twice. What a beautiful country. I liked my time so much at the Dominican Republic. Fantastic place for holidays. Obviously, it was just a holiday time for me. Dominican Republic is so nice. Mike Jones says, I asked and I am if he still loves the game of chess, and he said, no, do you? Of course, I like the game of chess. Why else would I play chess? There are many people that actually do not like to play chess so much. This is true. But usually these people are financially dependent on the game of chess. So for example, I don't know, you had no time to do something in your life or circumstances, so you played chess. You became, for example, international master, so you put a lot of effort into chess, but you could not become a grandmaster, so you could not make a living out of chess. You started to give chess lessons, maybe you don't like it so much to give chess lessons, etc, etc. So of course these people, they don't like the game of chess because they are not successful enough to say that, yes, we reached the Grandmaster title, we won some top events, we've been playing with the big guys. And yes, sometimes these people are sort of a little bit negative towards the game of chess, but I think most of the high-level chess professionals, of course, these people, we like the game of chess very much, because otherwise what is the reason to play it? I think chess game is a great game. I think everyone can enjoy the game of chess because it doesn't matter on which level you play. In case you're not financially dependent on the game of chess, it is a very nice game, I think. So this is maybe why the International Master gave you this answer. Let's go next with the move g5. So we have here very weird structure on the chessboard. I'm trying to block actually the bishop on g2, so the bishop is completely blocked now. Next, I might be having this knight e7, knight g6, knight on f4, maybe knight on f4 immediately. This bishop on g2, this looks terrible. This is looking terrible with the bishop on g2. Also the knight here on d1 not doing much. It's like white sort of self-squeezed or self, I don't know, self-blocked. Here everything is blocked by white by itself. It's like we did nothing to the position of white, that white self-blocked. So next we should be maybe careful. I like this queen on f6 idea, not to allow him somewhere to get the move d4, and I could have gone knight f4 also. This would be very good. Next we should do something with the knight, so I think the knight should go to g6 and f4. Okay, good morning everyone, and welcome to VChess, to our chess educational channel. Push the like button in case you like my comments, and of course in case you see some value in the streams. Forrest is saying, I'm doing well, happy to start tuning things. Yeah, Forrest, always welcome here. So yeah, chess is awesome. Yeah, chess is a very nice game. Very complex game. And I think this is good, that the game of chess is just so complex, because it makes it very, very interesting. A simple game would be, in my opinion, not that interesting in case you understand everything immediately. What is the fun? So, next he wants to bring his knight on e3. Should we go immediately with the move knight on f4? Maybe. Maybe let's go with the move knight f4. I would like to test if he really wants to take here on f4. No, he doesn't. He put the knight on e3. Maybe he would like to go somewhere. Not sure where. So let's maybe advance. We need to win some space. We need to think what we do with the king. I think the king should go to g8 because this is safe. This is a safe place for the king. Let's go first short castle. Next we're gonna open the position, and it's gonna be very tough for white at some moment because white is more squeezed than black. Of course, do we have a big advantage? No, I don't think we have a big advantage, but this is a very pleasant position to play with the black pieces. We are attacking here a little bit. We have some kind of tricky threats eventually. We will be playing d5 on a long term, so I think a very, very pleasant position to be played. There's a question: if someone starts to play very much at 20 years old, would it be possible to reach 2000 or even to become an IM? Depends how much work you would like to put into chess. Just to play is not enough to improve, so in case you are serious about improvement, just to play is not enough. You need to think more strategically, so it means you need to a chess coach to get quicker to the next level. You need to play official tournaments. You need to think about what I do good, what I do bad. So there are many things that needs to be done to improve your game. Just to play is not enough. So in theory, let's say you take a good coach, you are very serious about improving your game of chess, you are very focused, dedicated. Can you become 2000? Yes, for sure. For sure you can make it to 2000, but you need to put a big effort. So again, without effort, no, it's not gonna work. With effort, yes, you can. To become IM, it takes more than effort, so you should already have this kind of tendency towards, yes, I like the board game, I have some feeling for the board game, I can already deal with difficult decisions, I can deal with, for example, a loss is a very, very crucial thing. Many people cannot handle losses very well. Of course, professionals can, but in case you're not professional, to lose and the next day to play a good game is by far not easy. Yeah? So this is a very, very hard topic. Many people are not objective in their development. This is the crucial thing. They're not objective. So for example, we're taking a club player. Let's say the club player is good player. Let's say 2200, 2100. These club players are usually not improving at all over decades. And you might say, why are they not improving at all? It makes no sense, because okay, just maybe some small improvement should be possible. Big improvements are hard, but a small one should be possible. Why these guys are not improving? Of course, let's take EF, by the way, to free the bishop. So the answer, why these club level players of 21, 2200, why is it not improve? Because they are completely out of reality. They believe that they are extremely good, just they are having bad luck. And again bad luck, and again bad luck, and for the 100th time bad luck. And they're absolutely not objective about their own game, about their own strengths. They believe all of them should be grandmasters. Just the bad luck is stopping them from being a grandmaster. The rest is perfect. Maybe they should do more theory and the bad luck. That's it. So you understand the way of thinking. This is not working. Like this, you cannot become a good chess player. If you would like to have a clear improvement, you have to be objective. You have to say, all right, I'm doing not so well here. I'm doing not so well there, because obviously if you're 2100, even you're a good player, but still you're missing a lot of things, because you might become to a completely different level. 2100 and GM, these are like completely different worlds. So you have to stay objective. In case you're not capable of staying objective, you cannot become a very good chess player. This is the way it is. It's very difficult to be objective, because of course We all think that we are great, we are smart, we know everything, but this is not the case. So you have to stay objective, you have to work on your mistakes, you have to do it better. This is the only way how you can theoretically get to the high level, and this is difficult. In most of the cases, in cases of 99.9%, because there are millions and millions playing chess, but only few are getting to the level of a very good chess player. Why? Because of objectivity. You have to see your mistakes, you have to do it better next time. In case you're not capable of doing that, it's very difficult to get to a very high level, yeah. Alright, this is my opinion on how to get to the next level in your own chess game. You might have a different opinion, this is perfectly fine, but I think objectivity is the key. Alright, let's see what happens here on the board. As we can see, still this position of white is troublesome because it all looks so passive. We will be covering the d file next, so let's get the knight on e5. You see that we have beautiful bishop. The bishop on f2 is nice, but is not doing much. Now we are in time to cover the d file. Very, very good, of course. We have a little bit more space. This is what we've been talking about. We're squeezing the guy step by step. This is our idea. Let's see, of course, if this is going to work out. The knight is having trouble to find a square to go next. Queen currently under attack, which is not a pleasant thing, and we will be trying... Oh, queen c1. Queen c1, so passive. We might even think about playing knight on d3 immediately, but I think to give up on this beautiful knight, it is too early. Let's get the bishop still to a better position here. Queen on f6, done its job, so maybe time to transport the queen somewhere else. Knight is going to a3. Wow. What could be the next play of our opponent? Because I think we might be just going knight on d3. It feels a bit pity to give up on this beautiful knight here on e5, so maybe we should try to cover the d file, but he will be playing this rook on d1, so we have to be cautious here with black. I think maybe queen e7, so we follow our strategy. First, to get the pieces to the perfect positions, we have this knight on d3 option anytime we like. The knight is out of the game, so maybe we can try to squeeze somewhere even more by playing the move b5. Theoretically, let's see what we can do here. I think to dominate the d file will be important. Also, we have this c4 knight on d3 push, so we have a couple of ideas to proceed in the current position. We have to think. Now it's time to think, because many options here. Can we... I like this move b5 and c4 b5 because it is like looking so difficult to play for white. Almost no moves left there. I think I'm gonna play it. It feels so good to block the bishop on f1. Maybe I'm not playing the best eventually, but I don't know, I feel so good about it. Just b5 next, a6 next. What white can do about this kind of slow squeeze. This looks terrible for white in my opinion. So let's follow our strategy. Step by step squeeze, knight on b5. I saw that it's not possible to play it, but maybe I'm wrong. So let's see, because I thought I have this knight on d3. Is it not just much better here for black? He wants to get the knight on d4. Yeah, maybe I did not play the best because I should not have allowed him to do that. But on the other hand, it was looking pretty tempting. Still, we have to play now something. Let's think. Let's be calm to play the best. We have this move also very interesting. What should we do here? Okay, let's go knight on d3. This looks pretty decent. I don't think it can be a bad play. So sometimes we have to take a decision what to play next. I didn't like this so much. I thought I can somehow get his knight out of the game, but I couldn't find a way to do that. So he lets me take. I think we should take. We have to find a way to break here the position of white, but how to break it? So tight. Can we play this move? But okay, let's go positionally or not. It feels like we should be able to break it, but I don't see ways to do that. Okay, let's go here first. I know he goes to d4. Obviously he does. Next, let's go here. This bishop is so bad. I mean, cannot imagine that I cannot find a way to break through in this position, because it should be something. Maybe even to take is giving advantage to black, but this is not a big advantage, so this is going to be a small advantage. We would like to have something more than that. Next, let's go here. I'm playing so slow. This is a serious issue. I go here. Maybe we should take the rook. But so little time on the clock. Yeah, I played very slow the game because I spoke too much. I should have spoken much less and played much better. Because we're still doing well, but the problem is that it's gonna be very difficult to win the game. He has this horrible bishop. We have the idea of playing b4 somewhere, but so little time on the clock, so I'm not sure if I will be able to win the game. This would be pity, because it's quite a nice game, I think, that we're playing step by step. We've been squeezing the guy. Everything was running pretty well, but so let's take. Next, he likes to get to the 7th rank, but I think... Okay, I don't know where to put the rook here. Okay, let's go like this to block everything. Very difficult to win this game. Look at his bishop. We should be doing much better, but it's so difficult to win it. We have to change one pair of rooks, because otherwise it's even harder. So now we play this one. I don't have time. Time is the issue here. Oh, I had an idea how to win, but I had a little idea, but will we be able to do something here? We're having so little time on the clock. I think most probably the guy is gonna flag us, but can we? I think I will just repeat the moves, because otherwise I will lose on time. Ah, he doesn't like to repeat the moves, okay. He wants to flag us, well. Yeah, okay, that's pity, because I don't have time. I will be losing on time this game, yeah. Okay, we could not fight here. So... Ah, he missed that it's 3 times repetition, but there was nothing we could do. Of course, position is winning, but there is no time. There is no time on the clock. I should have played way quicker, so... I think we played nicely, we squeezed the guys so well, but then, yeah, no time on the clock. I should have played way faster, and we would have won the game, but too slow, and yes, once having no time, it is so difficult to play. I'm very bad when it comes to seconds. We should have done way faster the moves, and yeah, this is a punishment by... We can do nothing in position where, yeah, it should be an easy win, but... Anyway, I think it was quite an interesting game, because I think it was a great example on how to squeeze Black, because White, I mean, we squeezed him absolutely to a position where it was just a game for, or you win, or maybe by some miracle, the guy might make a draw, so I think we played a cool game, so... I hope you enjoyed it. It was an interesting game. Let me read the comments. Mary Christine says, yes, I agree to Mary Christine. Doesn't matter where in life, it's always the same. I agree. I absolutely agree. So, Alexander saying, do you think it's better to play more aggressive? In chess, I think the best is just to play depending on position. So, there is no one way of playing a chess game. You cannot say, today I play aggressive and that's it. Always adjust, depending on position. I think this is the best strategy in chess. You don't know what happens next, so always adjust, and you will be doing fine. Now, we have an interesting position here. What to play next? There might be this d5 play, but not sure it works. Let's go with the move bishop a3. I think to put the bishop here is not a bad idea, might be useful for the future. And of course, let's see what is going to happen next. So... Alright. Bean is saying, have you seen many changes in chess during your time playing? Not the game itself, obviously, but people's understanding and approach. Yes, Bean, it is a good question. And of course, chess has changed completely. Absolutely. You would not recognize chess 20 years ago and chess now. Before, the game of chess was much more, how to call it, much more polite, let's call it like this. 20 years ago, in case you would play a grandmaster, you would be saying, oh wow, I'm playing a GM, I have to be well dressed, I have to speak well, I'm playing a legend, so what should be my behavior? Maybe the guy is gonna be a little bit offended if I'm banging on the clock, so you try to be very polite, etc, etc. So this has been the chess of the previous years, but I think it's not only in chess, it's also like in everything. And today, when you see the behavior of the young generation, it is just shocking. I mean, you have a game of, you're playing, let's say, a guy who is 50 years old, he's a grandmaster, they're sitting some kid in front of him who is banging on the clock like he wants to break it. He doesn't know how to shake the hand, he doesn't know nothing. He is just banging the moves because he's doing that 10 hours per day on internet. So let's say to flex somebody is very normal on internet. It doesn't matter anymore how you win the game. You only would like to win the game by anything you can. So it changed very much. It was not like this before in chess. And now chess became like, imagine, let's say there is professional sports, fighting sports, let's say, I don't know, you take boxing and then you take a street fight. So chess became a street fight, not a professional sport. and this is not very good in my opinion. But yeah, life is changing, so. Alright, let's go with the game. We have now the bishop on b3. We have the very, very good bishop. We should be doing slightly better because here the bishop on g7 is watching in to the pawn. So yeah, this is what we have currently on the board. I think slightly better play, so we can be quite happy about it. Alright. Bean is saying that's quite sad. I mean, Bean, take a look around you. It's not only happening in chess, this is happening, I think, in every field. Instagram is killing brain, so what to do? Most of the people are unable to think by themselves. They're just repeating what other people say. In the best case, in the worst case, people know nothing about nothing. So this is now the normality. All right, let's go back to chess because we are here to learn some chess. Knight takes e4. In case he's going to take my pawn on e4, we will be doing slightly better. Of course, I see there are a lot of good questions in the chat, but it's very difficult for me to read all your questions and play simultaneously because then I will be just commenting on your questions. And of course, we're here to play some great games of chess, so we should try to have, of course, the chat, but as well the game of chess should not be harmed. E5. Why do I play e5? Because now I have the bishop on b7. I would like to play the move knight on f3, taking the pawn on d4. So we just grab it. This is gonna be a way better position for white in case I can win the pawn on d4. Bishop is a little bit stuck, but it's alright. The bishop is will find a way to get back. Now f4 looks good because to defend the pawn on e5 is making sense. We have this knight on f3. And we would like to win the e4 pawn long term. The bishop is nicely aiming on d5. This is good. Knight f3, bishop b2 should be our main plan. Even if we give up on the pawn on b4, to take d4 is more important. The bishops once again are pretty closed. It is a slow play here. Also knight on f3, queen d2, queen f2 idea. Winning the pawn on d4 is very, very nice. Position is pretty complex, so this is not an easy position here. But I think white should be doing better. At least I don't see a reason why not. So yeah. Alright. Bishop on c8. He would like to get bishop on g2. Smart play by our opponent. I like it. I like what our opponent is doing. Smart play, but maybe he wants to bring the bishop to e6. This is a good play. We need to think if this is like knight f3 or not. Maybe still knight f3, because in case he goes here, we have this h3, and then the e5 pawn is going to be under attack. So I think we still have the option of playing knight on f3. We're still going for the pawn on d4. All right. There's a question in the chat. If I beat a 2000 ELO FM in Blitz, does it mean I can reach an ELO 2000? Of course not. If you're beating FM in Blitz, it means absolutely nothing. Games online don't have a big meaning regarding over-the-board chess. If you beat somebody online, it is meaningless. The guy is maybe not focused, the guy has maybe a phone call, whatever, it is just meaningless. This is not an indication of anything. So, Captioner, I think you meant if I can turn on monetization. You can become a member, the monetization is turned on. So, if you would like to support the channel, you're always welcome to do so. Monetization is on. h3. Let's go back to the game. Now, how can he defend the pawns here? The pawns will be falling. The bishop on g7 is pretty bad. We are doing better. We're doing much better here with white. It is looking like we are on the good way. Currently, still it is far away to win the game, but we are on a very, very good way. In case of knight on b4, we also have the option of bishop a3, by the way. It looks pretty good to play here, bishop on a3. But maybe just to take. Actually, why not to take? So we have bishop a3. He's gonna play this queen on e7, but it looks so good. Also, we have this f5 somewhere, but maybe just to take. Why not just to take? We have c3 coming next. Now look at this bishop on g7, completely blocked. The bishop on b3 will be targeting the pawn on d5, so with a bit of luck, we will be winning the pawn on d5 quite soon. I think we have a very, very nice position here with the white pieces. He tries to target the pawn on c2. We go simple move c3. Looks solid. Looks very, very solid. And let's go back because we cannot play bishop c5. He has this intermediate move knight takes e5, so that's why maybe let's go first bishop on f2. d5 pawn still under attack. In case he goes d4, our bishop is getting so powerful. a6 pawn is under attack. Black's position seems like it is falling apart here. At least to my understanding, there is no way to get out with the bishop from g7. In case of f6, we have the e6 play. He decides to play knight on e7. Good defense by our opponent. I like the way he fights. He's not giving up on the game, so even in a quite difficult circumstances, he's fighting very, very well. That's good to see. We're playing against a big fighter. So maybe I'm going to switch now the strategy. So let me play back bishop d4 because I saw we can do something else. Of course, I could have gone d4. This would be good, but I think he will be probably coming back to c6, and then we're gonna switch the strategy. I see there is eventually one idea that is pretty good, so I think after he returns with a knight on c6, I wanted to take. He plays the move a5. I think we should be able to win something, but what to win here? Queen f2, maybe to get the bishop on c5. Somehow this position should fall apart. Just have to find a way to get here to the next stage, but how to do that? Maybe queen f2 looks nice. Let's see. So let's see. There's a question by Mike Jones if I can tell the opening. Yeah, but I'm always, I think, commenting on the opening. At least I'm trying to get for you guys a little bit of overview over the most of the openings that we are playing. So yeah, now the rook on c8. He's defending from this bishop on c5. He's fighting very well. Very well. Rook c8, another strong play by our opponent. Let's maybe put the rook on c1. I don't know which rook because we would like to attack the pawn on b5. So which rook should I put on c1? Because we have this idea coming next. So maybe it's better to put the rook from the a file. c4 might be somewhere very strong. At some moment this position has to fall apart. Black's pieces are not so well positioned, so we have to be patient. We have to wait for the right moment, and then we will be striking. Just this moment to take d4. It's d5. It's possible, but I don't think it is a moment to do that. So let's go first bishop on b6, attacking the queen. Then we have this bishop a5 and bishop b4 idea. And now also we can go over c5, which is looking good. Support with the move d4. Yeah, this is looking nice. Bishop on c5. We're attacking the rook on f8. Is there a way for black somehow to come back from the current position? I think difficult, very, very difficult. We also have the move g4. I like the move g4, squeezing even more. Let's go with the move g4. Where is the knight going? I think there is only one way, and it is to come back. Yes, this is what we see. Next, we play the move d4. As you can see, slowly we are finding ways to advance here. And the position of black slowly is getting direction, which is good for us. f6. He tries to open. Well, that's possible, but maybe it is already a little bit too late, because this is a much better position for white. We can go with the move e6, which is normal. We can also take on f6, which is also, I think, giving us quite big advantage. Maybe it is more easy, actually, to take and then to play this queen f3, putting more pressure on the pawn on d5. On the other hand, again, nothing wrong with the move e6. I can choose what to play next. Maybe to open the position is usually slightly better, because we are having the bishop pair. So bishop pair, open position makes perfect sense. Maybe next to dominate here on the e file is making sense. So let's get the rooks to the active position. So we're dominating on the file. d5 is still weak, knight is out of the game, bishop is doing well on c5 currently. These pawns are not really dangerous. Our guy is sacrificing the exchange. We will be taking it. And this position is already, I think, a win, because exchange up plus knight is completely out of the game. So it is just too big of an advantage. We have to be cautious, of course, always be very, very cautious, even in positions that are looking completely winning. So let's go with the move c6, I think. Should be not a bad play. Queen on g7. He would like to play bishop on d4, so we should not allow this to happen. Just king on g2. Calm move. c-pawn is walking. He would like to play the move b3, but let's take first on d5. Cannot be a bad play. And the rook on e8, for example, is looking now very, very nice. So let's go with the move rook e8. I think that's it. From the current game, we did it step by step advancing, slowly. And yeah, we are currently winning here. So b2, the idea is to play b1, but we have so many options, I think, to win the game. But easy option looks like queen on c2. No checks, no nothing. We would like to play rook takes g8 next. We could also take bishop takes g8 in case we want, so we can choose the way we like to finish the game. There is no more hope left, and our opponent resigns, which is normal. By the way, quite a beautiful win here would be after a3, queen takes c3, b1 queen, or he takes the queen, and we give rook takes g8, checkmate next. So we had this little threat, but our opponent resigned, which is normal. Let's go with the next game. I think we have positional game here on the channel. We have tactics as well. We have it all. It is not that we are just playing positional games, because to finish the game, to play positionally is not enough. First, we get this kind of positional advantage eventually. And finally, we try to finish the game with the tactics. There is a comment in the chat, all that for just one rating. I don't care about the rating. If we would care about the rating, then we would not play 10-minute rapid games here. I have the educational stream, so our focus is to make you a slightly better chess player, to give you a couple of new ideas. Let's go with the next game. We have here the c4 knight on c3 line. So some people call it the English, but there could be many names for this opening. Let's go with the move g3. Here, another main response is the knight on f3 move, so white has different options. c6, one of the best, in my opinion. c6 is very, very strong response. Now d4 is usually what is being played. And it is very crucial not to play the move bishop on g2. So for example, bishop g2 is now just a big mistake here. So don't play bishop g2 because there is this d5 coming next. In case you see d5, don't put your bishop against this kind of dead, against the pawn on e4, it makes no sense. In this position, there are moves bishop g5 that could be played. There are moves with a knight on h3, knight on e4 that could be played. There is also d5 variation. So I think here it depends on your taste, on your ambition maybe. You can play all possible lines. I like this bishop on g5 continuation. It is very tricky continuation, so I don't say that is the best, but it is a very interesting play. And d5, he gives us immediately the structure with gf that we will be going for. So we are taking on f6, this is the idea. Usually it is not so good to do twice a move with the same piece in the opening, but the idea is very simple. Of course, if he takes, we're gonna take on d5 and we try to win the pawn, so it's very, very straightforward. Now, after the move gf, take a look at this pawn structure. We're switching the idea and we go with the move e3, so we are super stable now here. And next, we try to get this knight from g1 to f4. After that, we will have pressure on the pawn on d5. And yes, black is having the bishop pair, but this kind of extremely damaged structure is not giving the freedom to bishops to have a good game. Bishop needs space, bishop needs an open position, and we have here completely closed position. Position is like super closed. I don't think that white is doing much better in these positions. I just think that this is an easy play for white. And I think this setup is interesting for white. So for those of you who are playing these structures, you might think about playing this setup quite nice. Also very crucial, don't take CD, because after CD, you have this knight on c6, beautiful knight on c6. Don't let the knight get to c6, very important. After h5, maybe we have some kind of forced continuations, but I will be playing h4 immediately because we keep the structure. This is a key. Very, very safe and close structure. The bishop pair very soon will be just closed. So white is gonna have a better play, better position. Our idea is simple. Get the knight from g1 to f4. Attack d5. Let's see where the knight from b8 is going. Maybe we have idea also, by the way, bishop e2 just to take the pawn on h5, because h5 really not a good play. Black should not play the move h5 in the best case. Also not so bad to change here the bishop on c8. So we have bishop b4, rook c1, of course. We are being solid. We are being solid, so everything is very, very nice. There are so many long comments in the chat, guys. For me, it's very difficult to see even what is the talk between each other you have, or what is the question towards me. I cannot see like that because it would take me too much time to read, and then we are not anymore focused on the game. So yeah. In case you are determined to get an answer from me, please mark your question somehow, otherwise I cannot see what is even the question. So, good afternoon from India, Roshan. Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon from UAE, from Dubai. So yeah. Bishop takes, knight takes on c3. All right. Bishop on g4. So what do we have here? He's attacking our queen on d1. We still have the idea of getting our knight to f4, which should be the goal. We can start even with the move bishop e2. Yes, I see that the idea is f5, but this is just a much better position for white. On the other hand, why not just to go queen on b3 first? I like this queen on b3. Because maybe now we get a chance to take cd followed by bishop on b5. Let's see, let's see. Alright, I see there is some kind of discussion between Bean and somebody else. Bean, just stay positive here again on the channel. We try to have some good times. Let's not have bad emotions. This is very bad. So let's keep the chat also positive, because we are here to learn something and to enjoy the beautiful game of chess. We are not here to have any kind of negativity. This is not making sense. Queen on b6. C takes d5, of course, because in case he takes, I will be taking with the rook, and this pawn on b7 is falling. So finally we're getting to the pawn b7. Next we should get out with the pieces from f1 and g1, but this is easy. You still see that the structure of black is catastrophic, so white is doing just much better. I think we should take the pawn. No, why not to take the pawn in case we can? Usually a good idea. Next we should bring out the pieces, so knight should go, in my opinion, to c3. He would like to be very quick with a counterplay on the b file. How can we disturb him? Maybe we can disturb him by playing this bishop on b5. Looks nice, because the knight is cut off from the game. Not so easy to come back, so let's go maybe with the move bishop on b5. I just want to cut the knight completely. We have this nice rook on the 7th. So, of course, knight on e2, it was alright, but why not to play bishop on b5? He would like to enter with the rook, but we have this king on d2 response. So very, very typical to keep the king in the center. In an endgame, this is the right choice. The bishop is here. The maximum bishop can do is just to take the knight next. There is nothing else that bishop is capable of doing, so we're happy with that. Next, bishop on a4. We're still trying to keep the knight here out of the game. Knight on c6, so now it's time to bring our pieces into the game. Knight a5, actually quite unpleasant. Maybe b4 should be played first. Is there something like knight on d8? Very strange. I think our position must be winning, but somehow he has this couple of tricks here. Also to play bishop takes just to get the rook back is looking good, but I would like to do something, of course, with the pieces here. Knight on g1. We need just one move to be completely winning, so we have to find a way to get this one move in. Maybe b4. Let's block the ideas of black. All we need to do is to stabilize, and it is immediately game over, so we should be able to find a way here to stabilize a5. He's opening the position. Yes, smart play, smart play. This is of course a good play by our opponent. We should keep the position as close as possible. There is this kind of rook c4 idea, but I don't think it's dangerous, so let's go with b5. We're keeping the position closed. He attacks my rook, and I would like to play this rook on b6, so all we need to do is one move. So if we manage to get the knight on e2, this is just a resignation by black. We're missing just one move. Let's hope that we have enough time to play the move knight on e2. We should have enough time, because we blocked almost everything on the c file. I don't think he's in time to do anything there, and then it's gonna be a win. So king on g7. Now finally we have the option of playing knight on e2, but we also have the option of playing bishop here and just to take the pawn. So to be greedy or not to be greedy? Is there something he can do? I think his idea is knight e2 just to take. He plays rook on c3, but I have the option of rook a1. This looking like a game over. I don't know if we need to play the move bishop b3. This is looking like a winning position in case I just play the simple knight on e2. That's why maybe we should not give him some tricky chance, even though I don't understand what could be the chance. Bishop on b3 is looking like a win. But I will be playing knight on e2 because it's time. It's time to develop the piece, and yeah, I just don't know what is he aiming for. If he takes, we are winning. In case he is not taking, then obviously we're winning, so... We play the move knight on e2. Let's take. Let's defend the pawn on a3. This is what we wanted. So yeah. Alright, alright. Let's see. Rook on the open file, but there are no threats. There are no threats, so next let's collect a little bit of material from our opponent, and let's do that by playing... Maybe he wants to go here, but we always have the bishop on d1 idea, so this is also not dangerous. I think we can go rook on d6, just in case, attacking the knight on d8. Next we're gonna collect everything. The pawn structure of black is falling apart. So yeah. This is looking like a winning endgame. He tries to get the bishop on a4. Even this is a win, but we will not give up on our bishop, obviously, because the knight is still under attack. We have rook takes d5 coming next. No threats whatsoever. The knight is also paralyzed a little bit. Not so many options to move the knight anywhere where it would make sense. B-pawn is walking. Yeah. That's it. I think that's it. To recover from a game like that would require me to make a mouse slip, lose connection, or similar. So yeah. Step by step, step by step. Alright. I see the question in the chat. Is it better to play 10-minute rapid or 30-minute rapid? Both is good, I think. It depends very much what you like more. But both is possible, so... There is, I think, no such thing as better or worse. Both is good. 10-minute rapid is good. And 10-minute rapid is also good. So he gave us just the knight and resigned. Alright, let's go with the next one. So quite a nice positional game, I think. In case you like this kind of structure that we had step by step, we damaged his structure from the opening, and then we've been accumulating on that step by step. So quite a nice idea, I think, to be remembered. In case, of course, you play some similar openings. In case you're not playing similar openings, still, we have similar structures in a lot of different cases, so you can enjoy it. Now we have the King's Indian on the board. Let's go with our favorite opening, the King's Indian, with a move knight on d7, e5. Let's see what our opponent's going to play. Bishop g5, strange play. We go with the move h6. What is the point of that? Ooh, he gives us straight away the bishop. What is that? This is very, very unusual play. Let's think, because maybe there's an idea behind it, but this is so unusual. Why is he doing that? Okay, let me take with the queen, I think. Also, to sacrifice a pawn, I think is possible to be alright, but why not to take with the queen? This is a crazy play to give the bishop. I would not advise you to play like our opponent, because it is making no sense. Now taking on e5, so even if I take with a knight, I mean, we have the bishop pair. This is gonna be at least an equal position, but there is no reason we can also take with a pawn to try to get like slightly better with the black pieces out of the opening. But why not to take also with a knight? And in both cases, black is having an excellent position straight away. I don't understand this play. I think we will be taking with the pawn because we will just get more interesting play, but this is not a good play by our opponent. Also, he plays instantly, so he's not even considering anything else. He's like 100% sure that he's doing the right thing. This is something I don't understand, because it looks just terrible for white, in my opinion. To give up the bishop there for nothing. Very hard to understand. Okay, so let's play some kind of safe game. We have to develop our knight somewhere, so let's put the knight on c5 in case he wants to change the knights. That's alright, we have the bishop pair, so long game. Black will be doing better. Next, we would like to play the move c6 to crush the bishop on g2. This is what we will be doing next. In case knight takes, no, he takes with the bishop, so we are, by the way, maybe we have some tricks here. Let's think, maybe not. Okay, let's go with the move c6 just to be safe. Black is doing slightly better in these positions because we have the bishop pair, so this is a long game where bishop on e4, not the most beautiful piece. c6 is just so crucial in all the king's Indians. Please do remember to put the pawn on c6. This is so good. Queen on d2. He would like to get rook on d1 next, but he allows us to play rook on d8 with a tempo. No, but I'm understanding nothing in the game of our opponent. I don't understand why to give a tempo here. This is something, I don't know. I don't know how to explain this kind of play. So maybe even I should not try to do that. So bishop on e6. Let's just develop the piece with a tempo. He gave us this rook on the 8 for free. He changed earlier the bishop, which is usually just a big positional error. So very strange play, very strange play. Now queen e7, just f5, e4 is coming next. We are advancing. Black is having a beautiful position here. All right. Alright. I see you have a discussion about rating. Rating depends on very many things, and of course, never compare a professional chess player with a non-professional chess player. So this is a big difference. Somebody who is not working every day, someone that is not focused every day, he is not or she is not a professional chess player. If you want to have a high rating, you must be very dedicated daily. So, of course, once you stop doing that, your rating is going down. So rating and other things are very different. So it's a bad comparison. Rating is an indication for professional chess players. In case you're not a professional chess player, your rating is depending on so many factors. How much time you have free per day, how much energy you would like to invest into getting to the next stage, etc. So rating is an indication mainly for professional chess players. Obviously, if you've never been a GM, you cannot be a very good chess player. Titles are important, but in general, rating is just an indication of, are you a professional chess player, are you not? For a higher level chess players. So now we are doing much better here with a black, because we have the beautiful bishop. We can also get the queen to this diagonal. We can also try just to change the rooks here, which is making sense because we'll be doing better. His main idea might be this. To put the knight on f4 doesn't help him because we will be just moving the bishop to f7, so this is not dangerous. How can we proceed? We should be trying to open something sometime. Maybe his idea could be to play f3 somewhere, but also not sure. Let's go just with a simple bishop on f7. We play a very slow, long game. I like this strategy of playing slow, long games. No rush to do anything here, step by step. He's trying to provoke me into something, but let's go with the move a5, so we will be opening the position in the future. By playing the move a4, maybe. Slow play. The bishop pair is going to play a decisive role, but it's still gonna take a little bit of time to get there. So we have a4. He's trying to close the position, but b5 is gonna be just a winner in case we make the move b5 possible. So very dangerous play by our guy. Let's go king h7 just in case. We're getting ready to play the move b5 at some moment. And after the move b5, it's gonna be resignation because the bishop, look at the bishop here, completely out of the game. So if we manage to get b5 in a good moment, that's it. The game will be over straight away. Knight on d4, he's playing against the move d5. This is making perfect sense. So we are not playing a bad opponent, even though he played very strangely in the beginning. But now he improved, and we are having an interesting game. I think rook on d7 is looking logical because we would like to double up here on the d file. Let's see what white is capable of doing. And now we have these ideas of potentially winning something on the d file. Wow, is there no queen on b4? What is happening here? Are we not just winning with the move queen on b4 because we have this pressure here? This is strange. What is he planning to do after queen on b4? Can you see what is he doing? Because queen on b4 might be just a game over. There's, I don't know, what is his next move? Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't know what I'm missing. So I will be playing the move queen on b4. c5 is a deadly threat. Next move c5. I think that's it. The bishop pair. The bishop pair domination in the current game. King's Indian. Never give up on your bishop. And also our opponent is playing so quick. I don't know. Why is he playing so quick as well? By the way, maybe we are not winning yet. This is pity because I thought we have a winning position, but maybe we are not winning yet. That's pity. He has this kind of defense. I thought it is a win, but it is not a win. So yeah, the game will go on. This is not the best. Why didn't I could have played this queen on d6, h4. He's provoking me into c5, knight on f3. How is their position there? I mean, we are doing much better, but is it a win or it's not a win? This is a question, but maybe we're capable of winning the game by playing bishop e8. Is it not a win? He goes here, we're going c5, and how to escape for the guy? Maybe it is just a win, no? Bishop e8. Looks a bit weird, I agree, but I think it is just a win. Let's double check. Let's double check. This is important moment because if it is the win, it is just a straight game over. By the way, maybe even c5 is a game over because knight f3 I will be taking. He takes with a rook, I take, he takes, I can take, but this is not so easy, I think bishop e8 is better. So let's go with the move bishop on e8, and the question is there something white can do against the move c5? If there is nothing against the move c5, then obviously this is just a straight resignation because, yeah, it is just a game over. We will be winning a piece. Let's see. Let's see if our opponent is capable of finding something. But it doesn't look easy to find here something because what to find? How to recover from this kind of position in case of h5. I think I'm able even to play the move g5, even if he takes on e4. Okay, so what? But I think this is also a win. But I like the move g5 because I don't see a response. He takes, but this is just a piece up position for black. There are no tricks. There is nothing. So okay, let's go with the move g5. Why to give him even the slightest chance? Of course, I could have gone c5 take, just king h8 would also win the game, but why not to close everything? We have this bishop h5 also coming next, so we are in a very good shape to decide how to win the game next. In case of knight on f3, we will be just taking on d2. The h5 pawn is falling, so this would mean game over. g4, wow. Amazing. What is that? His idea is to get knight on f3. We're gonna take, he's gonna take. We go king h8, take. He wants to give perpetual, wow. Quite a funny idea, I would say, yeah. He is a great fighter. What a funny idea by our opponent. Very nice. Very nice. I think let's go king h8 first. So we would like to have c5 next. But what a nice trick by our opponent. He is fighting. The position remains, of course. Very difficult for white to say it softly, but he is searching for the only ways of somehow getting something here. We have to admire his fighting spirit, but I think now c5, we are finally winning the piece on d4. And this should be it, because in case he finds no way to defend the knight on d4 now, then there is no comeback from that. I don't see any kind of chances of perpetual or similar. We could have taken the pawn on h5, of course, as well, but to win the pawn, to win the knight on d4, it just ends the game. King is so safe here, so I don't know. I don't know what our opponent is capable of doing. I think, is there something? I don't see it. I don't see what could be played here with white, not to lose more material, but let's see. Our opponent is very creative. Let's see. Oh, he gives us just the knight. Okay, so this is not a real play here for anything, because we are now having this winning position with a black. Okay, now the only thing is that if I'm gonna blunder something in one move, or I'm not gonna blunder something in one move, so the game is basically over. Objectively speaking, it's all about blundering something in one. So piece more. There's no obvious counterplay. 2 pawns which are going to fall is not even close to being enough to get any kind of counterplay. So it is just over. This position is just over. Next we should be able to... We can just take, in my opinion. Let's calculate if there are some checks or something. I don't see it, so I will be taking on d4. So if he takes, we're gonna take. So I will be pre-moving because maybe he wants to win on time. So we are pre-moving again. No checks, no nothing here for our opponent. So obviously this is a very easily winning position now for black, except, yes, I have a little bit, I would not even say little time, because I have enough time currently. Let's go queen on d6 just to be safe. Safety first here. Then we see what happens next. We have this little check here coming next. Is he happy with a little check? I don't think so. As you can see, the safety of the king is very high, so there are no threats to the black king. Our opponent is thinking... Oh, he changes the queens. Okay. Is he really going to play this? pawn endgame with a piece down. Yes, he is. This is a little bit crazy, I would say. What is the point of playing positions like this? I think even if we would give him the bishop, we would still win. Let's offer a rematch because it was an interesting game and also our opponent fought very, very well. So let me read the chat. I think quite a cool game. Okay. Let's see. What do I have next? D4. Let's cover the center. He's playing the Pirk. This is called the Pirk with this D6 and knight on F6. E5. He would like to have this position with a endgame. Actually, we can play the endgame. This is alright. These endgames are pretty interesting because I think they're slightly better for weight, but not so much. So let's go for the endgame. In case you like my comments, in case you're enjoying your time on VChess channel and you're slightly getting better, feel free to push the like button, of course, and like and subscribe to our channel. All right. Let's see what is going to happen next. This is still theory, so I'm very surprised that he is thinking here, because normally, in case you play this kind of line, you know what you're doing. D takes E5 is one of the main. With white, there are two main continuations. One is king on E8, the other is bishop on E6. In both cases, white is gonna have slightly better position, very, very slightly. So nothing more than just a little better. Bishop on B4, very unusual way of playing the current position. I don't think it is a great play. Maybe we have even bishop D2, but bishop G5 also looking not bad at all, because we have the idea of the long castle, which we will be executing. So I don't know. It's a very strange play. Bishop on B4, very, very strange. Maybe bishop D2 is looking good, because why not? We have the idea of the long castle. I don't think he's capable of taking and taking. This is looking scary. Doesn't look like a good play. Maybe he's going for it because we're playing a very aggressive guy, but it feels like very suspicious to play something like this with the black pieces. King on E7. Now we can even go with the move knight on E2, so we don't need to calculate. But long castle, he takes, we take, he wants to take, we're gonna take. And he wants to go knight takes F2, but it feels so bad. We can even take the pawn, yeah. So this is a much better position for white. Should we just play the long castle or do this knight on E2 a little bit more preservative? But I think long castle, because it works. Because it works, so there is no reason for being 100% safe. We can go with the long castle. King on E7 is not doing that well. Maybe we should get more aggressive by playing knight on F3 next. Let's see. Let's see what will be happening next. For the moment, I think that we are doing better. Our opponent is under pressure. This bishop b4 play, very strange. Maybe not so bad, but very weird. It doesn't fit to the usual plans of black. Now c6, so if we go here, he takes, we take. This might be better, but I think knight on f3 is even more better. We are attacking the pawn on e5 very directly. And how to defend the pawn? Bishop on d6. Oof. Our opponent thinks he will be able to hold positions like this, but this is so tricky because now the thing starts to become very, very shaky. We have the knight on g5 continuation, for example. I think bishop e6 must be played. We have this bishop on g5 now, which is also looking extremely tricky for black. We have even bishop e3 also looking so tricky because how to defend there. Wow, many options. How to continue? I like the move bishop on g5, just according to my feeling. Again, I don't know if this is the best. This is just my feeling that tells me play bishop on g5, and then let's see what happens next. Black is in such a trouble here. Bishop on c7. He tries to stay safe, but this position is so dangerous. We can go like this, for example. We can go knight h4 immediately. We can also go bishop e3 somewhere if he attacks, because there is only knight on d7, which is available. Still, it's pretty safe for black, yes, so it's not like we're winning now immediately here something, so maybe he's still holding on in the current position. We have to find a way to break through. Let's see if we can. Maybe I will be playing just something like a4, because I don't like him to play the move b5 somewhere, just in case a4 is going to be useful. So let's go with the move a4, and then we see what happens next. We have a couple of different options to proceed with. White we will be choosing next. Maybe bishop g5 was not the best. Yeah, maybe I should not have played the move bishop b5. Maybe I should have gone with this knight on g5, then f4, just to push through. Maybe. The problem is many good options, yeah, and then it's confusing, because when you have just one play, it's easy, but when you have many good options, it's like you're thinking left, right, everything is possible. He changes the bishop, so we're gonna take, of course. And now we have knight on d2, knight on c4, slightly better for white. We can also take because the knight is still stuck there. Also, this should be slightly better. Maybe knight on h4. Let's see if this move is working. In case it does, this is gonna be not so easy for black. This move is dangerous. If we get the knight on f5, this is going to be very, very dangerous for black. Still, the king is on e6. It can be good for many endgames, but of course, there is a downside of the king on e6. The king is under attack. He has to be very cautious. Also, the move f4 could be somewhere. Just this push f4, e5 against the king on e6. Next couple of moves will be deciding if black is doing fine or black is doing not very fine, because black king is gonna get checkmated. So next couple of moves are crucial. h6, interesting. So he allows me to take and to play this knight on f5, g6, knight on d6. Quite unpleasant for black. On the other hand, if I go away, also looks not so good. He would like to play the move g6. I have g3, f4 next. I don't know. Both is looking interesting. Hard to say what is the better play. Both is possible, yeah. Maybe I'm gonna take. I don't know if this is a good play, but it's very forced. It means that we would like to get immediately some direct play on the d file, and I don't know what is a way for black to avoid that. Maybe there's a way. Then this move's been not so good, but if there is not, then we will be doing at least a little better. Maybe it will be even more than a little better, because look at this. Still not easy to get out with the black pieces. Let's see. Next couple of moves are going to be very crucial. White is not risking to be worse, but to be better is everything else than easy. He's getting immediately his knight to a6 is making sense. He is playing a very, very good game. We have to admit on that. So my idea was to play. I wanted to play here, but now I'm considering maybe that's not enough, because g6, knight on d6. Take, king e7, but somehow he's holding everything. How is it possible? It just works for the guy. Strange. This is a little bit strange. Usually such positions should not be easily holdable, but I cannot find a way to be better for the moment. Strange. Very, very strange. How to get a better play here? How to get a better play? This is not enough. To play rook here, rook d8 is not enough. I think I will be playing rook on d3, but I don't see a way to get a better play. Wow. I don't know how to get a better play suddenly, because he holds everything just in time for everything. But this is crazy. This is crazy because a very unexpected, very, very unexpected. All right. g6 once again. Good play by our opponent, but he's playing just the best moves, which is very strange, because if we compare his play from the last game, he played huge positional errors, and now he's just playing the best moves all the time. How is it possible to have this kind of change of strengths? Previous game, he made very easy positional errors, and quite many of them. This game, the guy is outplaying us in an endgame, which is almost impossible to do, because usually I'm playing quite well the endgames. So to outplay me in an endgame is very, very difficult. But yeah, he's doing that. I don't know. What a change in strengths. What a change in strengths. But okay, let's see. Let's see how the game is going to develop. For the moment, I think he managed to equalize completely in this position. Knight on c5. What? This is working? No, but okay. This is insane. Okay, so this is just insane. I will be not even trying to calculate to take, because okay, this is just insane. This is the last game that we play against this guy, because yeah, this is just the last game we will ever play him. We will immediately after the game block him and never play again. This level of play is getting a bit too much. This is a bit too much. Our opponent believes that he is at least Magnus Carlsen, but maybe a little bit better. Maybe a little bit stronger than Magnus Carlsen. So, because the play is so unrealistically good that it's insane. This is just insane. That's pity, because I thought we will be able to have some cool games against the guy, just to enjoy a little bit, but no. Not possible. How can we try to make a draw here with white? Very, very difficult to make a draw already, especially that he's playing the way he plays. It doesn't usually give you any kind of chances, but okay, let's fight. Let's fight in this position a little bit. For the moment, of course, it looks like we have zero chance to survive. This would be... Oh, I just blundered the pawn. Oh, because it's so irritating when you see that the game is not fair, and yeah, that is just so irritating. You start to blunder, and yeah. Okay, what can we do? We face a lot of these cases online. This is unavoidable. So the guy just got a little angry that he lost the previous game, that he has been completely outplayed, and he said enough is enough. It's time. It's time to play the first line. Nice. Nice play by the guy. Just the first line all the time. Why to switch even sometimes to the second line? There is no reason for that. Let me just play all the best moves from the beginning till the end. What a guy. Amazing. So, can we still survive in this position? I think objectively, no. We have no chance, but we know a little trick. So the trick is that usually these people are playing very, very slow. In case we survive the next, I don't know, the next 20 moves, we might be winning. Because at some moment he has to play by himself. And, B4, great positional play, yeah. No, but he is absolutely having no mercy. He's just playing, for the moment, just the best all the time. Let's see if we will get a chance, because for the moment we don't have any kind of chances. He is just playing the best, so... He is just playing the best. We have to focus here very much. Let me focus to play quickly, because this is the only way to survive for us. Regarding position, we have absolutely zero chance, so we will get crushed. Time. It is about the time, so I will be trying to play very quickly, because this is the only chance for us to push him on time. And we saw many games that we recovered by pushing the guys over time who are playing just the first line. So let's try. Maybe we'll get a chance to recover. At some moment he has no time to play always this 10 seconds move, so this is gonna stop at some moment. And then that's it. Once he stops doing that, we will be crushing him. So let's take the pawn, no? I don't know if I should take the pawn. Let me calculate a little bit, but I think we have to play very quickly. This is like the only way for us. We have to play very, very quickly. We cannot beat these guys by the play, obviously, because how to beat somebody who does always the best. Bishop a5, wow. To see this from far away, this is unbelievable, wow. Let's go knight on c6. Oh, but this is a joke here, what is going on? This is just a joke, because this is even funny. Okay, let's fight. Let's fight, but we are having no chance. I mean, this is a level of play, like, wow. Every move is simply incredibly good. I had the little hope that he missed something by the tactics, but of course not. Of course, these people are not missing any kind of tactics. These are serious guys here. So to catch the guy on something is not possible. We are still fighting in this very bad position. We're fighting, I think, a hopeless fight, but we are still fighting how to get at least a little bit of chances here. Can we? Doesn't seem like that, but doesn't seem like that. So let's go here. We are losing. I know that we are losing, but our idea is to push the guy over time. We have only one idea that we try to make it happen, but very difficult, very, very difficult to push him over time. Let's go here. I just want to make moves that he's losing time on inserting, so we are just making moves. Wow, he's changing the rooks. Now we're good, because he could not any longer proceed with the strategy he had. So this is good. Now we are back. We are back. Where to put the knight? Where to put the knight? I think I should play something like this. F5 also. He is so strong, but where to put my knight? No good moves with the knight. Okay, let's go here. Little time on the clock. Let's go here. So let's go h5. Let's go here. Pawn is running. here. This. So this position is, of course, just a draw. Let's see if we can do to him what people do to us. Pity, we could not flag him because I am very, very slow, but obviously we saw what a person can do just playing the first line all the time. So we will be never facing the guy again. He looked very desperate in the first game, so now he thought it is enough. What a guy. But okay, we did very, very well in this game because to survive it was already a huge achievement. And yeah, we had many games like that. We know that the only chance is to push on time against these people, because they're not fast enough. They are not fast enough. Some are not fast enough. Of course, some are fast enough, but some are not fast enough. So this guy was not fast enough. At some moment, he had to play by himself. And of course, he's making immediately the mistakes. But the mistakes been not big enough because I'm very slow with the mouse. So if I would be a little bit faster with the mouse, I would just flag the guy easily. But I'm very, very slow, and before that we had to fight to survive, so I had to spend some time. Alright, there are many people like this. These people are unstoppable. They believe, this is typical for a lot of people, they believe that, like I told you in the beginning of the stream, people believe they should be grandmasters, just it is a bad luck. So they're getting angry when they're getting crushed, because they're getting crushed all their lives. And they never understand why I'm getting crushed all my life. Why I'm so bad all my life. I'm getting crushed by the grandmasters. I feel myself as strong as a grandmaster, and then these people are getting crazy. So they are so irritated every day by that they are just getting crazy at some moment, and they start to do something crazy. So so many examples like this. People are just going crazy because they cannot achieve what they want by normal ways, so they say, all right, we have to do something extraordinary. Okay, after this kind of beautiful draw against a cyborg, we play quite often cyborgs, by the way, but after this beautiful draw against a cyborg, let's go with a daily game against our VChess friends here. And I saw there was in the chat some battle against our daily friend Bean. What happened to Bean, I don't know, because I would have to read too much chat and come back too much. But daily game today. First, daily, I wanted to play against a Grandminer who is always first to say hello to us in the chat. So Grandminer, let me know please if you would like to have a daily game. Challenge me, and if Grandminer is not here, we will be playing a game against Bean. So yeah. Bean is saying he been trolled in the chat. Bean, what to do, what to do. Alright. So, Grandminer, let me know please. Yes, alright, Grandminer, so challenge me in a 10-minute rapid game. So we have the daily game against our VChess family Grandminer. Let's go, let's go. Let's start the game. So, I'm white. Let's go with the move d4 against Grandminer. Grandminer is so fast in saying hello. Always stops 3. How is he doing that? There is a trick. I think Bean also knows the trick to be one of the first to say hello. Okay, so we have this bishop on b4 idea. Let's go with the move g3. So to play a little bit something interesting against Grand Minor, not to play some very main line after the move bishop b4. This move order is, by the way, not bad at all. So very, very interesting move order. Please, warm support in the chat for Grand Minor. Very good member of our chess community. Let's go, let's go, let's go. There's a funny comments in the chat section. I think if you're playing a chess game, never be afraid. Just play, just enjoy, and yeah, that's the way to play a chess game. We play to enjoy, we don't play to be afraid. You cannot be afraid when you play a chess game. The results will go down by just being afraid. So doesn't matter who you play, always play the moves move by move, position by position. Try to play the best you can. That's it, that's it, that's the way to play a chess game. This is the way most of the grandmasters are playing. You don't really care who you play. Just focus on the next move, just try to make the best possible decision, and yeah, whatever happens, happens. So yeah. Let's see what Grand Minor is going to play now. We have the bishop on g2, so we have the Catalan bishop here. This Catalan bishop is, of course, a very, very dangerous one. So let's see, let's see, let's see. Let's see what Grand Minor is going to play. He's taking his time. This makes sense in case you are not 100% sure what to play. To take your time is a good decision. So strategically, Grand Minor is doing the right thing because the first moves are just so crucial. So, till Grand Minor is thinking, we can drink some water. Short castle, good play, good play. Very natural play by Grand Minor, and it is as well the best play. So, knight on f3, now I'm getting my knight out, and here comes an important moment. Do you take the pawn c4, or you don't? Because after taking, we have the short castle, and we have this Catalan with the move bishop on b4 and taking the pawn on c4. It's very playable, but not everybody likes this kind of Catalan, so it depends on your playing style. Some people say, alright, DC is a good play. I'm happy to have positions after DC, no problem. Good for black, I'm capable of playing the positions after D takes c4. Some other people are saying, okay, I don't like to have this active bishop on g2, I don't feel comfortable to play against a bishop on g2. And then you are not playing the move D takes c4, so main move is D takes c4. Let's see what Grand Minor is going to play. Yes, he's going for the main, so short castle. And now we will have this very, very interesting positions with the bishop on g2. White has enough compensation, obviously, in this position, but black is trying to keep the pawn on c4 with all that is possible. So let's see how Grand Minor is going to play next. For the moment, good game by Grand Minor. In case he was not sure of this position, to play DC is absolutely correct play by Grand Minor. The game is very normal. We are still in a theoretical position here. I think Grand Minor doesn't know this line, but let's see what is the next move is going to be by the Grand Minor. Let me know, by the way, your opinion. What do you think should be the next move by black? Because it is not easy. This is what I can tell you. To play these positions is not easy with black. What would you play with the black pieces? Just write your opinion in the chat so we have something to discuss. There's an opinion to play a6 and b5. This is Interesting. a6, b5 usually is the right way, but we are very quick then with the move knight on e5, collecting the pawn on c4. c5 idea by Grandminer, good idea. The main move is actually knight on c6, if I remember correctly. So the move c5, also a good play, nothing wrong with that. After the move c5, we have several options to play this position with the white pieces. We have the simple, for example, bishop g5. We have also the simple d takes c5, then we collect the pawn on c4 and we try to be slightly better because of this beautiful bishop on g2. So several ways of playing the position as well here with the white pieces. Which way should we choose? There's, by the way, also a3, but I don't like this personally so much for white. I think it's playable, but I don't think that white is doing better. So, or d takes c5, or we're gonna play the move bishop g5. We can make the choice. I don't know what is better. Both is interesting. Both have their pluses and minuses. Maybe I will be choosing the d takes c5. This is a typical Catalan play. We try to have this more or less symmetrical position, but we have the much better bishop on g2. Look at this power bishop on g2. So for black, it means defend, 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 and it is not an easy thing to try to fully equalize in this position. Now we're winning back the pawn on c4. And we're aiming for a slightly better play here with the white pieces. So step by step, white is aiming slightly better, black is slightly worse, need to show strong defense. Not everybody likes to play against the bishop on g2, so... there are many players, again, that are happy. They say, alright, we are slightly worse, but that's fine. I'm gonna be able to defend the position. To be slightly worse, it's not like very critical. Out of opening, this is perfectly fine. So, let's see. Let's see what Grandminer is going to play next. For the moment, Grandminer is playing a good game. Good game. All the moves are fine. Next moves will be crucial because black is a little bit under pressure. Grandminer has to find a way to defend this position. The trouble is always with the bishop on c8, so question is how you get this bishop into the game. We have knight on c6, good move, good move. Now we are taking the pawn, so let's see where the bishop is going from c5. We have two options, bishop on e7, and the problem is now with the queen on d8. So queen will be under attack, and I start immediately with the move rook on d1, of course. Here the queen is in trouble. Queen usually goes to f5. Let's see if Grandminer has the same opinion, but this is usually the position for the black queen. Bishop on c8, still passive, so this is like slightly better position for queen c7 is too dangerous. Grandminer, this is too dangerous. After a good play, we have the move queen on c7, and that gives me even more time to attack the queen by knight on b5 or the move bishop on f4. Both is looking very powerful now for white, so queen on c7. Grandminer, this was not the best way to give this extra tempos to white. White is in any case better developed, so no time for extra tempos. Black should have gone with the move queen on a5 and everything would be fine. This is a fine position for black. Let's think about, can we play the move knight on b5? Looks good, because queen a5, we have this bishop on d2 attacking the queen once again. This is a better position for white. Let's go with the move knight on b5, attacking the queen. And potentially we can also go with the move knight on d6 to change knight versus bishop on e7. Also a good idea in most of the cases for white, so slightly better is getting into a potentially dangerous position for Grandminer. One more move with a tempo. Bishop on e3 attacking the queen. We are winning this tempos. I understand there is queen on a6, but this is looking scary, no? To have the queen on a6, so queen i5 been played, but why to give the bishop e3? So again, queen i5 probably would have been the better choice to play queen i5 instantly. Twice queen a5, quite funny. Quite funny, twice queen a5. That Grandminer is not playing immediately, so the same little mistake twice. Alright, Can we get the knight on d6? Is it the right spot for the white knight? Yes, it is looking nice, but then there is this knight on d5. Maybe not to allow knight on d5 is a good idea. So how can we do that? How can we do that? Can we catch the queen somehow on a5? Difficult. Very difficult to catch the queen. I don't think it's possible. We should activate the bishop. This is the line, so... I don't know. Knight on d4? Let's go. Let's go with the move knight on d4 by the feeling. It feels beautiful to have this knight on d4. We're activating the bishop. We have way better development, so white is doing slightly better. Again, it is not much. It is still not much. Black is fighting, but we try to get this kind of safe long-term advantage. In the beginning of this opening, we've been doing a little better. Now I think we are a little bit more better than earlier. So step by step, I think white is advancing. The bishop on c8 still not in the game. The pawn is under attack. It's gonna be not easy for black to do something to equalize completely. So for the moment, Grand Minor with a good game, of course. Not a bad game at all. Black is doing very safe here. Still a very safe position, but white is pushing slightly, so... I think we have also an interesting play in this position. In case of knight on d5, we have the idea of knight on f5, attacking the bishop and attacking the knight simultaneously, so quite cool. Because in case of knight on d5, knight on b3, knight takes would be not so good. So bishop d7, good play by Grand Minor. He's sacrificing the pawn just to get out with the pieces. I think it is a good play. Good play, but the question is it enough compensation? So let's see. We are taking, of course, the pawn on b7. This is obvious because otherwise the whole play of white would make no sense. Now, how to keep here the pawn on b2 simultaneously? Maybe knight on c6 threat. Can I go knight on c6, or should I play the move bishop c6? Because in case he takes, I will have the option knight on c6. This is also looking good. So we have a couple of options here. Also the option of knight on b3 not looking bad. We're activating the bishop, attacking the queen, simultaneously protecting the b file. So few ways of continue playing the current position. Knight on c6 I don't like so much because this position might be close to equal. Bishop c6, very interesting. This is what I like. I don't know how the game is gonna be after rook c8. It feels like white should be fine, but maybe a little bit too risky. We have also a try, by the way, to play bishop f3 first. Take knight on b3, try to catch the rook on b2. Is it possible? Not sure. So I will be playing very conservative. Knight on b3, just try to get a better play. And let's see what is happening later. So knight on b3, very conservative play, defending the b file. Simultaneously, we are attacking the queen. So next move is going to be just this bishop on f3. Very solid play. Step by step. Let's see what is going to be the next move by Grand Minor. Black is a little bit under pressure. Bishop on b5. Grand Minor is going for the endgame with a pawn down, but it's a difficult endgame. This is going to be a difficult endgame, so not sure. Bishop b5 is the best. Maybe queen b5 actually gave a little bit more chances to black. It would be a better endgame for white, but maybe a little bit more chances. Now I think we can just take on a5. Obviously, Grand Minor is taking here. We will be taking on c4. Also, this is possible. Also, this is not a bad play, but I'm not so sure if this is a great play. So let's just take. This is going to be a better position for white. And b3. So after all these complications, we are ending up in an endgame, which is a pawn down for black. And obviously white is doing better, but it is still a fight, so this is still not an easily winning position. It's not like white is just completely crushing. Pawn up, of course, much better for white, but it is still a fight. Grand Minor was a very good game, very solid. Again, it looks like it is easy to play the way Grand Miner is playing. Believe me, it is not. So for those of you who play regularly, you know how easy it is to miss something, to blunder something, etc, etc. So Grand Miner was a good game. Knight on b4, he would like to go to c2, makes sense, but I will be defending by playing rook on d2. My idea, rook on d1 next. So first to stabilize, and later we will be of course advancing with the pawns a3 and b3, but stage 1 is to stabilize. Rook on d7 is possible, the a7 pawn is hanging, so maybe we can play the move rook on d1. It looks good here with the rooks. Next we might have e3, bring the king first to e2, or to go immediately for this bishop takes a7, take, take, take. a2 pawn is falling, but it's not an easy draw. This is not an easy draw by far, so Grand Miner is under pressure. As well, we can go with the move a3, b4, as we said, to slowly advance. Also, we can go e3, and just to go with this king to e2. Everything is looking nice. There is also idea of knight on e5, but I think at the moment it brings us nothing. We have to decide to go for this endgame. It's a difficult endgame to defend with black, but I think maybe we should not do it immediately. I like this, a very calm setup like e3, because we're to rush. There is no rush. Let's just play slowly, knight on c6. So Grand Miner is hoping that by changing everything on the d file, this is gonna be eventually somewhere a draw. Let's play. So bishop on c3, no reason to give up on the bishop. There are these massive changes, that's okay. Next, we are waiting to advance with our pawns. Very slow play endgame once again. Very slow play. a3. Finally, we're moving forward. Of course, would like to have the support of our king next. This is why I think it's time. It's time to bring the king. Grand Miner also is bringing his king. This is a good play. This is a good play. b4, we start advancing. Step by step, you will feel that it will get very difficult for Grand Miner at some moment to hold this position. There is b5 idea, for example, somewhere, so we're gonna play it. Step by step, position of black is getting critical. Look at the pawn on a6. This is not a good pawn, so a4, we're just being very solid. This pawn a7 is going to fall. Now we have this bishop on c3. Black has to decide to go for the pawn endgame, pawn down, which is a lost endgame, or to go away, to give the pawn on g7, which will be also, of course, just a lost position. So this endgame is not to be saved, but a6, okay. We are going here. Idea is very easy. We put the pawn, and then at some moment we will be running towards the pawns. So here all we need to do is just to advance. We are advancing as much as we can, and that's it. Very important not to give him kind of trick in this position to Grand Miner. And now we are going to eat all the pawns, because it takes like so much time to eat the a pawn, so there is no comeback. But all in all, very nice game by Grand Miner. He fought so well. He fought so well. Good fight by Grand Miner, but it was a difficult position all in all. So very nice fight. Grand Miner, quite good chess player. We have to admit that. Very good game. Of course, it was not easy. It was not easy from the very early stage, but a good fight. So Grand Miner is probably now back to the chat. In this position, Grand Miner, the c5 line is just slightly worse. There are many interesting lines here with black. I think one of them, knight c6, very, very interesting. Knight on d5, also interesting. So there are many lines. c5 is one of them, but now this position is slightly worse. It's not going to be easy to defend this with black. The main idea is always to get the bishop as fast as you can to c6, but it is not possible immediately. Bishop e7, I also like it, but now queen c7, this is the first error of the game. It would be better to put the queen to a5. There is nothing that white is able to do immediately. And the idea of black is simple. Bishop on d7, rook fc8. And this is going to be an equal position, so white has to do something fast. Usually white is still playing this kind of knight d4 ideas to activate the bishop, but you would just have a couple of tempos more. That's why queen a5 with a perfectly fine position for black, a little bit worse, but position is fine. By queen c7, grandminer gives now this 2 tempos, and it's getting very difficult. This is already quite unpleasant position to defend. Bishop d7, not a bad idea to give up on the b7 pawn to get some counterplay. Idea is correct, but it's gonna be a pawn down position. And bishop b5, I think maybe a little bit more ambitious would be to play queen on b5. Yes, I understand that this endgame is better for white, but I think this is sort of still fighting. So a6, not so easy. You have a little bit of pressure here, a little bit of pressure there. Maybe knight on d5 at some moment, and you try to escape. White is better, definitely better, but I think this endgame now is a very, very difficult endgame, because it's literally doesn't matter what you are playing, you are gonna be worse. You change rooks, you're worse. You change knights, you're worse. You change bishops, still you are worse. So strategically, to defend this position is extremely hard. Very, very difficult position to defend. Slowly, white is going, of course, forward. It's better to play the move a6, not to allow this b5 structure, but in any case, this position is a very, very difficult position. Let's say I would go here, f6 or something similar, f4, e4. At some moment, I can transport my king to b3, play the move a4. White is advancing left and right. To defend this endgames is very, very difficult. I mean, objectively speaking, even if, let's say, 2 grandmasters would play this endgame, most probably white would win. To defend it, it's so difficult. So, objectively speaking, very high winning chances. Too many pawns on the board. Black is getting squeezed. It's hard. Very, very difficult. And yeah. Now the game ends. Alright, grandminer, good play overall. Very, very good play. Just a few little mistakes. Queen c7, this was the issue. Queen c7 is the main problem. If you would play queen a5, this position would be normal. Now after queen c7, it is getting a little bit difficult to defend, and yeah, slowly. I could get to the full point. Alright guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's stream. I hope it was informative. I think we had a couple of cool ideas, cool games here being played today morning. I will be back with an evening stream. Till then, I wish you a great day. Thank you very much for watching. As we say on Naiditsch, one smart move at a time. So move by move, it is the best way to achieve the great results that you're all aiming for. Hope to see you tonight. Push the like button, subscribe in case you're not yet our VChess family member, and of course, see you tonight. Thanks for watching, and bye.